Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the Soft Matte Complete Foundation by Nars, which is brand spanking new on the market. It retails for $40. It comes in 34 shades. It is supposed to be 16-hour wear and it is supposed to be oxidation proof. So I wanted to go ahead and try this out and give you guys a full wear test and review. If you're interested, we're just gonna go ahead and jump in. Okay, yeah, so first of all, I'm going to go ahead and wake my skin up with this Dewy Skin Mist by Innisfree, and this is their Dewy Mist. This is their Dewy Glow Mist with Jeju Cherry Blossom. I just really love the smell. It's you can use this as a toner for post-cleansing. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and take my Kate Somerville. This is Goat Milk. I love this moisturizer. It's just an everyday, really good moisturizer. I've been using this as my daytime moisturizer. I definitely have combination skin I'm figuring out. I've always been afraid of like oils and like too much moisture because I just always felt like that was going to break me out. But come to find out, if I hydrate my face, it does better. So I always have to have extra hydration. So I'm just going to work this in. I'm going to prime my face with the Farsali liquid powder. So you shake this up really good and you apply it to your face. And I just really like the barrier it creates, and it's not too drying like a Becca Ever Matte, but it's not too silicone-y. Like, I feel like the mattifying Fenty primer is a little bit silky, not matte enough. This is like a perfect combination between the two. So while I wait for this to dry, I'm gonna go ahead and just do my eyes. All right, so not that I have primer all in my hair, I mean, come on. Oh wow. So yeah, I have the primer all in my hair, but I've done my eyes, or I at least put my shadow on, and I'm gonna go ahead and dive into this. I'm really excited about this. So this is a Soft Matte Complete Foundation, and it's just a Soft Matte Foundation, yeah. So I'm gonna see if it's worth the coin. As usual, I have a plate, so I'm just gonna put it on a plate here. And so I feel like the consistency is still like the same consistency of the Natural Radiant Foundation for sure. It looks like the Natural Radiant Foundation. Maybe a little bit thinner, but that's what it's looking like. And let me just put the rest in there because that is such pretty packaging. So today I'm going to be blending this out with the brush. I'm going to be using the Luxie Pro Precision Blend. And I don't think there's a number. It's a 680 Luxie. And I just really like how it is. As you can see, it's a brush, but it's also slanted so I can apply it to my face. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, it is like a matte. Like, it's a thicker consistency than the Natural Radiant as well, for sure. So let's work this in. There's not really a scent. Full coverage. Wow. You guys saw the dark mark that I had. It's completely covered. No color correcting or anything. Wow. Even a full pump applied to my face. It doesn't dry quick, but it is thicker than what it appears when you put it on the plate. So be mindful of that. You might not even need that much. Like, a little bit definitely goes a long way. I know a lot of people were complaining about the price point and how much they think comes in there, but this is 1.5 fluid ounces. Yeah, so I didn't mean to take that primer all the way up underneath my eye. I don't know how that happened. We'll finish blending this in. A very soft matte. I feel as if the description in the name is perfect. It's a very soft matte formula. Thicker than Natural Radiant. There is not a dewy finish or anything, but it's not super dry as a Fenty Beauty. I always compare everything to Fenty Beauty, or I would say Charlotte Tilbury. Those are two hyperly mattifying foundations. This, not so much. As you saw, I kept going back and blending it in, and it wasn't staying in place. It moved, and it just blended in very well, but oh my god. It's really matte. There is a little bit of color transfer with the product. But I mean, that's normal. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. I love the finish. It's like, I really am loving this finish. I'm loving I really like that it doesn't dry quickly and that I have enough time to work with it to blend it over my face. You feel me? Like with super mattifying foundation, I like to use a beauty blender because there's a little bit of moisture, so it helps to move it around. But with this, I can use a brush and the product moves perfectly. So I would say that this is about 1 pump for this side. But even though it's not super mattifying, it is very full coverage. I mean, this is an awesome finish. It has covered all of my darkest secrets. So let's do the other side. I still can't believe how this all got in my, oh my gosh, I don't understand how that happened. You guys can see this is an awesomely mattifying. It is so full coverage. Whew. It's like a MAC foundation. It's like the MAC foundation without the scent, without the greasiness. If MAC Fix Plus could take away the greasiness and the smell, this was what it would be. Super, super full coverage with just one layer. And boom, we're done. We are done with the foundation, at least. Wow. I'm not going to jump the gun here, but I really do want to let you guys know I'm really impressed with this foundation. It's not like anything I've ever tried before because it's not drying super quickly. It's literally still letting me play with it, but it's still matte. And it's so full coverage, y'all. I mean, I love full coverage foundation. Not really. I mean, I have darker marks and stuff that I have to hide at the moment. We are on a skincare journey. And my skin is going to be perfect by the end of the year. I speak it into existence. Anyways, along the journey, I have some hyperpigmentation. I have a blemish right there, but you guys can't see anything. You can't see anything. I didn't color correct around my chin, nothing. Come on, man. I just feel like with these foundations, I just keep getting one, and then there's one that's better, and then there's one that's better, and this one, I feel like this one's my favorite. This one is so full coverage without doing anything. I'm going to use this Pat McGrath, just a little bit of the concealer, really, because this is such a full coverage foundation. I know I look crazy with this primer in my head, but literally not too much because, again, this is so full coverage. So literally just a small amount of concealer, seriously. And now I'm using the Too Faced Peachy Perfect setting powder just to set this concealer. And it's really a finely milled translucent powder that works well with any product. So I feel like with the concealer and the foundation, I can give an honest opinion, like if the foundation separates or not. And then for my full face, I'm going to be taking this Urban Decay. This is the 70 WO Stay Naked. This is the face powder. I'm just going to set the rest of my face with that. Alright, so face is set. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face, and I'll check back in before I start my wear test. Alright guys, so my makeup is all done. As you can see, some of that Farsali primer was probably a little bit too mattifying for this foundation. Even though it went on demi-matte, I feel like after I put the powder on, it just became very, very matte. So I'm going to go out in the sun, take some pictures, go get my feet done, go get some groceries, and right now it's about 5 o'clock. I'm going to come back, I would say probably about 9:30, so you know, a little bit of time to have lived in the foundation to see what we have going on. But like right now, it's like super, super matte. Like I feel like honestly, after I put it on, it could have set itself. There was a very light transfer. Maybe I should have just dusted a very light translucent powder over it because I feel like it could have held up by itself. But I mean, that's trial and error. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put this foundation to work. Let's go. So this is me 6 hours later after wearing a mask, going to Walmart and running a few other errands. But I think it's just the lighting because like when I touch my face, there's like no grease. I know I shouldn't be touching my face, but it's still very, very, very matte. I feel like if you set this foundation with a powder, you are going to get a very, very matte finish. So I would honestly suggest just to lightly dust it with a translucent powder, not to set it with a powder foundation like I did. That makes it very, very matte. So this is a soft matte, and I do feel like the foundation set itself. It really, really did. There was a little bit of transfer, but honestly, if I were to reapply this, I would either not set it or just, again, set it with a very light layer of translucent powder. No separating, no cakiness, no greasiness, just a very, very light sheen of, you know, of that's what happens when if you have a mask on. I feel like Nars did the dang thing, honestly. Very, very good formula. Again, it's like every time I try a new foundation, the one doesn't mimic the next. Or this is like one that I haven't tried before. It's slightly thicker than any Nars foundation it's slightly thicker than the natural radiant foundation, and there isn't any type of radiance to it. It really is matte, and it is so full coverage. I mean, it is so full coverage. I was very impressed by that, and with the stay power of the foundation, I do definitely think it's worth $40. I honestly even think that they could have marked it up a little bit more. I did think that this was going to be a more liquidy formula like the Dior Face and Body Foundation, but it's not. It's just a very matte, it's a very soft matte stay put foundation that I feel will be great for sweater weather. You know, fall is coming up and it's not going to move, but it's also not going to dry your skin out in the winter months. So for me, honestly, for the first time wearing it, I do give this a 5 out of 5. Again, because $40 is a really decently priced foundation. I feel like for what I'm getting this payoff, I feel like it's really good, and I feel like it lives up to its expectation. And it's a very new, innovative formula on the market. So yeah, I really did like this foundation. You guys will see me using this in the coming days. If there's something that comes up, I will definitely come back and do another review or update my caption. But you guys can get this at Nars.com. It's available now in store, Sephora, or online. And I know that if you spend over $75 right now at Sephora, you can come back later in September and get 15% off. So that's a little incentive if you're wondering. So yeah, if you like this review, if it was helpful, or if you have any questions for me, let's get the conversation started in the comments, and I'll see you guys here in my next video. Bye.